Hello everyone, this is Mohammad Nadeem. In this video, we will cover some important topics from grade 9 for your upcoming examination. So let us start with algebra first. In algebra, you may have a question of factorization. For example, we have a question that factorize the following completely. Part number 1, we have a question 8x squared minus 16. So there are multiple ways to factorize any algebraic expression, but the first and foremost is taking common. So look out the common in these two. As you can see, we have 8 as the common factor for both. So 8 is the common factor. The remainder will be x squared minus 2. So this is the factorization that we are done with. If we have inside the bracket both of the terms are the squared number, then we will factorize it further. But as you can see, 2 is not a square number, so we will leave it over here. The second way to factorize any algebraic expression is called the midterm breaking method. Let's suppose we have a question 3x squared plus 10x plus 8. This is the expression we are going to factorize. So whenever we have three terms and first and last term are not the perfect square number, then we will use the midterm breaking method. For that, you are going to write first and the last term as it is. Then you will multiply first with the last term. So 3 times 8 will give us 24. Now find such two numbers when you multiply, they should be, the product should be 24, and when you add both of the numbers you should get 10. So such two numbers are 6 into 4, because 6 times 4 is 24, and 6 plus 4 will give us 10x. So I'm going to use 6x plus 4x. Now we will take out the common. We will look for the common in the first two terms, that is 3x. So the remainder will be x plus 2. And similarly, the remainder, the common in the next two terms is going to be 4. So I will write 4 here as the common term. So the remainder will be x plus 2 in this bracket as well. Now we have this bracket as the common bracket. I will write it once x plus 2. And in the second bracket, I will write the elements that are outside the brackets, 3x plus 4. This is the factorization that we are done with. Okay. Then in algebra, you may have a question for completing square method. For example, the question could be of write 8x squared plus 24x plus 6 in the form x plus a whole square plus b. So this is called the completing square form. In this completing square form, first of all, you should know that for any quadratic expression or equation, the general form is y equals ax square plus bx plus c. This is the general form of the quadratic equation or quadratic expression. In your question, the value of a is 8, the value of b is 24, and the value of c is 6. For completing a square method, step number 1 is the value of a should be 1. But in our question, the value of a is 8, it's not 1. So we will try to make it 1 first. In order to make this 8 as 1, we are supposed to divide the whole expression with 8, because 8 divided by 8 will give us 1. So you will get x squared plus 3x plus 3 by 4. Now after getting a as 1, your next target is that take half of b and then add and subtract the square of that in your expression. Here the value of b is 3, so I will take half of it I will write x square plus 3x as it is. Now I will take half of that b, which is 3 by 2. So I will add the square of this. Similarly, I need to subtract the square of this in order to balance the expression. Plus 3 over 4 as it is. Now after this step, you will write first and the third term in form of square, which will be x plus 3 over 2 whole square. Now solve the remaining terms. 3 square will be 9, whereas 2 square will be 4 plus 3 over 4. We can simplify it further, which is going to be x plus 3 over 2 whole square minus 6 over 4. So now this is in the form of x plus a whole square plus b. So the value of a is going to be 3 over 2, whereas the value of b is going to be negative 6 over 4. This is all from algebra that you may have in your upcoming examination. After that, let us discuss some important examples from simultaneous linear equations. So the first question that we can do here is, let's suppose y plus 3x is equals to 8, and another equation y plus 2x equals 6. We are supposed to find the values of x and y here by solving both of the equations simultaneously. So you have got two different methods. One is called elimination method and the second is called substitution method. If I go for elimination method, I need to cancel one of the variable from both of the equations. So if I decide to cancel y, eliminate y, so it is very easy then. I am going to subtract second equation from the first. So when we subtract the equation, we are supposed to change the sign, because if I add the two equations, y plus y will give us 2y. It is not going to be cancelled. In order to cancel, this should be negative. So I need to change the sign of the whole equation. Plus y minus y will be 0y. 3 minus 2x will give us x, is equals to 8 minus 6 equals 2. This is the answer of x. Now you can substitute this in any of the equation to work out value of y. Substitute x equals 2 in any equation. So I am substituting in equation number 1. That equation is y plus 3x equals 8. So y will be y plus 3 times 2 equals 8. Why? Because the value of x is 2. So it will be y plus 6 equals 8. On, let us shift this 6 on the next side of the equation. It will be subtracted from 8. So y will be 2 as well. Both the values of x and y are same in this question. Okay. Now let's discuss some indices. Remember the rules of the indices. Whenever you have any indices question or an equation in terms of indices, try to make the bases or the power similar. For example, if I explain the rule here, if you have x power 3 is equals 6 power 3, when on both sides of the equation the powers are similar, you may cancel the powers. This will give you x equals 6. And the same rule goes for bases. For example, we have another example in which you have 3 power x is equals to 27 power 3 power x equals 27 power, you may write 2. Okay. So in this question we have we do not have same bases or the same powers, so we will try to make the base similar, because this is base 3 and the other side we have base 27. So 27 could be written as base of 3. So let's write that 3 power x is equals to 27. We can write 3 power 3, and outside that we have power square as well, so it will remain outside the bracket. 3 power x will be equal to, double powers will always multiply, so 3 power 3 into 2 will be 6. Now you can see we have the same bases, so whenever the bases are equal you may cancel them. So here the answer of x will be equal to 6. Okay, let us discuss another example from linear equations or algebra, you may also say. We have a question like 3x minus 5 whole square is equals to 64, and you are asked to work out the value of x, or simply it will be written that solve it. In order to solve it for x, first of all you are supposed to eliminate the power 2. In order to eliminate the square, we will take square root on both sides of the equation. So this square and square root will get cancelled. You will have 3x minus 5 is equals to square root of 64 is 8. Or you may also write it is plus minus 8. If you forget to write plus minus 8, this could be ignored in your paper as well. So now we have this equation, we are supposed to solve it for x. So we have plus minus sign with the 8, so we will write it twice, once with the positive sign and then with the negative sign as well. So here you will have 3x minus 5 equals positive 8, or 3x minus 5 equals negative 8. These are the two possibilities. Solve this for x here. 3x is going to be 8 plus 5, and x is going to be 13 over 3. Similarly, you on the other side of the equation, you can write 3x is equals to negative 8 plus 5, and now x is going to be negative 3 over 3, which will give you negative 1. So you have two answers for x. Whenever you solve the quadratic equation, you will get always two answers. Another topic, very important again, writing any algebraic fraction in as a single fractions or multiple fractions को जब single fraction में लिखने का कहा जाता है, how you are going to do that as well. For example, you have a question that write as single fraction, write as single fraction, or whenever you have a fraction and you have plus minus sign in between the fraction, always you are supposed to make the denominator similar. So don't forget to make the denominator similar of fractions whenever you have positive or negative sign in between any of two or more than two fractions. So we have 1 plus 3x over 4 plus 2x minus 1 over 8. In this question, we have two fractions with different denominators. So first of all, we will try to make the denominator similar. This 4 could be formed into 8, so we need to multiply the whole fraction with 2. 2 with the numerator and 2 with the denominator as well. Now just open the bracket. This 2 will multiply with both the terms that are inside the brackets. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 2 times 3x will be 6x. Write the common denominator once, plus 2x minus 1 as it is. Now further simplify it, 2 minus 1 will be 1, and 6x plus 2x will give us 8x whole over 8. This is going to be the answer for this algebraic fractions. Next topic is going to be the standard form. So while solving the standard form question, remember, in case of addition and subtraction, you need to be more careful, while as comparatively for multiplication and division. So in standard form question, remember that base 10 should have the same powers. Until or unless they don't have the same power, you cannot proceed further. You cannot solve, you cannot add or subtract the two standard form numbers unless they have the same powers. Let's discuss an example. We have a question 6 into 10 power 4 plus 205 into 10 power 8, for example. So whenever you have this type of question, we are supposed to add the two numbers. So in order to add, they should have the same denominators, sorry, same powers. So one of the power is 4 while other power is 8. You are supposed to make them similar. So whenever you want to reduce the power, simply shift your decimals towards the right side. Remember the term right for reduce. And whenever you want to increase the power, shift your decimal towards the left side. Okay, it is going to be very easy then. So if I reduce the power, this 8 into 4, I need to reduce it by 4 degrees. So I will shift my decimals towards the right side 4 digits further. We don't have any digit after the decimal, so we can put zeros in this case. 6 into 10 power 4 plus 205, and then I need to put 4 zeros because I am shifting it 4 digits towards the right, 2 3 4 like this. So I will put 4 zeros over here. Now it will be 10 power 4 as well, because power 8 is reduced by 4 degrees now. So now we have same powers. Power could be taken as common. 6 plus 205, 4 zeros, into 10 power 4. Okay, now add the two coefficients that are written inside the bracket. So you will get 205 0006 into 10 power 4. This is not a standard form number because before the decimal there are many digits. In order to have it in a standard form number, remember before the decimal there should be only single digit number. So decimal will be shifted here after the 2. You will get 2.05, and remember you are shifting your decimals toward the left side, so power is going to be increase. How many digits? Count the digits that you are shifting the decimal. 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. So 4 plus 6 will give you power 10. This is the number in standard form. This is going to be the answer. Let's suppose you have a division case in form of standard number, like you have 60 into 10 power 4 divided by 10, or just leave the 10, you may write 20 into 10 power 15. In case of division, it is very easy. Similarly, for multiplication as well. So 60 over 20, just divide the coefficients and subtract the powers. 10 power 4 minus 15. 60 divided by 20 will give you 3 into 10 power negative 11. And this will be the answer. Hope you understand the concept.